Your concerns or questions about the jacket?
What's it worth? My other concern was the P-38 on the back. I thought that was specific theater only. I could have been wrong.
The P-38 Lightning was used by the 97 Fighter Squadron from 1942 to 45. The Latin name was Gervinso Satana, which is Latin for devil cat.
So this was from the Devil Cats?
Yeah.
Okay.
The painting on the back is fairly weak. One of the sad things is it's been on a hanger too long.
Right.
When you see that, it's broken through.
Now, what about the survival kit?
You don't see these too often anymore with the contents.
So what's something like that worth?
This isn't in the best of shape, so maybe $75.
Okay, and is the hat worth anything?
The hat is not in too great a shape. You have a lot of mothing here. In this condition, you'd be lucky to get $35, $45 out of it.
Okay.
Now, do you have any other items that go with it? Because actually, what's going to make this valuable is the paperwork and the history, saying what he did, where he did it. That's what brings in the value now. The jacket, I'd say, put between $1,000 and $1,500. With history behind it, with the paperwork, with other stuff, I mean, the jacket could bring, $1,500 to $2,500.
Okay. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Flight jackets are really great. I mean, you don't see them too often. They're disappearing from the collector's market.
So what do you want to do with these?
Probably sell it.
Okay. How much did you want for them?
I was thinking around $1,500.
That's not going to happen. I think like $750 for all of it.
We're not collectors, we're sellers.
Right.
And when we pay you $100 bills, then we have to take and hold it, market it, and then we try to acquire more $100 bills. But
I'm doing the same.
We don't.
Listening to Paul, I'm thinking, I got paperwork at home that goes with this. Maybe I'll hold on to it, put the package together, and bring it back in here.
Yeah, because if you bring that in, I can probably make more money when I sell it.
We could all.
Yeah, we could all make more money. It would be nice.
They want to offer $750. That's a pretty good price, but I'm hoping to put together more of a complete collection, bring it back here, maybe get $5,000 or $10,000.
Earlier, a guy brought in a musket that's a really odd size. It might be for a kid, but I just don't know. So I called my buddy Sean down to take a closer look.
Hey, Sean, what's up? Jump. My name is Sean Rich, and I own Tortuga Trading Incorporated, and I specialize in antique arms and armor. All right, Rick, so I'm sure you've got some questions. Fire away.
I mean, what is it? That's basically it. It seems like a 3/4 size gun.
This is actually a half scale of a full-size musket. These were made just the same way as the full-size muskets, but for a youth. So a wealthy officer who had a child, say 13 years old, he would teach him the proper ways to handle a musket, just like Dad, with the bayonet and everything. The other great thing about this is the maker. H. Nock is Henry Nock. Nock was one of the best and most well-known gun makers in England during the last quarter of the 18th century. So this dates between 1770 and 1780. This is just not rare, it's extremely rare.
That's crazy. All I got when I was a kid was a BB gun.
This is a very unique piece to find. I have never seen one of these. Not only is this special because of the size and the quality of it, but the fact that this is made by Henry Nock just puts it over the top.
So what's this thing worth?
That's a very good question. I've been collecting since I was 10, and I've only seen something like this in a book. So I have to kind of go on the gut by this. I think this is so rare that in an auction setting, people would fight over it. I would expect the bid range to be in that $5,000 to $10,000 range.
Okay.
You know, that's no guarantee, but it's just, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, thanks, Sean.
Anytime, Rick.
When he said it was worth between $5,000 and $10,000, man, I was pumped. That was great news.
So how much you want for it?
Well, he said it was worth around $5,000, and hey, I just want to start out at $5,000.
That's not going to happen, because that's what I'm assuming I'm going to get out of it, maybe. I really think 3,000's it.
How about 35?
I'll go 3,200.
You know what? That sounds good. That sounds good.
All right, man. Go right them up, Chump.
I'll meet you over there.
I fired a lot of old guns before, but I've never fired a 200-year-old musket made for a kid. So let's see what it'll do.
going?
Good, how are you?
What we got?
I got these from my cousin, and I know they're at least 25 years old, but I'm not sure. We assumed they were casino markers, where they put them in front of you if you owe the casino money.
You're going to be in pretty bad shape. You're going to borrow $20 from the casino.
Okay. Come down to the pawn shop today to try to sell what I think are very rare casino markers. So I think they're worth some money, plus they look pretty cool. I'm hoping to get $12.40, but the lowest I'll go on them is $620, their face value.
So where did you get these?
My cousin's had them for the last 20 years. My assumption was they used to throw them in front of you when you borrow money and you're sitting at the table.
No, these are not markers. What these are is they're baccarat chips. I think they're called placards. The reason they made them like this, it's so much easier to tell what they are as opposed to a pile of chips, and that's why they use them like this in Europe. And these particular ones like this, much more difficult to counterfeit. But what I can tell you about these is they did not make a lot of them. Baccarat is a casino card game usually reserved for the highest of high rollers, and casinos can win or lose millions in a night. But most of the time, I think the casino wins.
I was assuming they were markers, which I thought that would make it cooler. I've never been in a baccarat room, so.
I think it makes it a little cooler that it's, baccarat. You know how big the James Bond flicks have always been? Back in the day, James Bond plays baccarat.
Baccarat.
Okay. So what do you want to do with them?
I want to sell them.
How much you want for these?
Face value?
That's not going to happen, no. A lot of people think they have an old chip, they can just go to the casino and cash it in. Doesn't happen that way. Casinos do this all the time. They put an ad in the newspaper, you got 30 days to turn in your chips.
Right.
After that, they're worthless. Even though these chips have no cash value, they're still worth money to collectors of casino stuff. So now that we know that, how much do you want for them?
How much will you give me for them?
I will give you 100, I will give you 50, and I will give you 20.
For 170?
That is it.
You can't do better than that.
Got face value on one.
At the bottom. How about 270?
I'll go $200. I won't go a dime more.
I can't do it for two.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for bringing them in. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted to make a few bucks, and I'll just keep them and put them up in my bar. I think they look pretty cool. I'll give them another 20 years to simmer. First 3 years of Sports Illustrated.
You got the issue where LeBron went to Miami?
Not out yet. I decided to come to the pawn shop today to try and sell my first 3 seasons of Sports Illustrated. Found them in the attic. They should just be out there. Some collectors should have them. I don't want them to go to the wayside. I'm looking for, maybe around $1,000.
It's a really cool magazine, and a lot of people collect it. I mean, the fact that you got the first 3 seasons of it, that means a lot.
When you used to get these as a kid, those big blown-up pictures, you never saw it before. I had them taped on my wall.
A lot of people still listen to the games on the radio.
Right.
And they only got one game at a time. This is how you kept up with sports. When Sports Illustrated came out in 1954, people laughed at the idea of an all-sports magazine. Nobody thought anybody would read it. So want to show me some of the coolest ones you have?
Sure. First issue, real big, and the draw is they have all the old collector baseball cards in them. Inserts. You cut them up, they're no good. Apparently, to keep them in the book, they're worth some money now. Second issue as well, but they're all the Yankees. The big draw is Mickey Mantle. And then, of course, you got the first ever swimsuit edition. Check her out. She's hot, huh?
Wah, wah, wee, wah. So are all the magazines in good condition, or?
Right from the stand.
Wow. This is an amazing collection, and it's great that they're from a newsstand and don't have mailing labels on them. That makes them much more valuable, but the price has to be right, because it's going to take a long time to sell them all. So what are you looking to do, man? Pawn them or sell them?
I'm going to sell them.
All right, what are you looking to get for them?
It could be worth $1,000, and then you guys could probably double your money on that.
You got to remember, each one of these magazines, the guy's got to sit at a computer, write a description on, and it take a long time.
I hear you.
My comfort area is around 500.